Big Three, Fantasy Alarm TV. I'm your host, Ray Flowers. First number of the day is 32. Now that's the home run pace per 151 games this season for Marlon Byrd. Couple of things with that. Obviously, Byrd isn't going to play 151 games here because he's been on the disabled list, but he has been activated for the Reds and will go back into their lineup right now. So the power bat is back. Now I use the 151 games because that's the average for Byrd the last 2 years when he had 24 and 25 home runs. So a little bit above that pace, that 32 home run pace this year. Probably not going to sustain that pace. His home run to fly ball ratio is a little bit above where it's been the last 2 years. He is Marlon Byrd. He's dealt with an injury to his wrist. He strikes out an awful lot. There's a lot of holes in this guy's game, but the fact is he understands who he is at this point of his career, hitting more fly balls than he ever has before, converting those fly balls into home runs better than he's ever done before. Marlon Byrd can be added if your only goal is to get power. The rest of his game is really lacking. The next number is 1.189, as in the OPS the last 2 weeks of the third baseman of the Orioles, Manny Machado. He may have arrived. It's kind of early to say he's definitely arrived, but he may have arrived here in his fourth season in the big leagues. Expectations so high on his shoulders, all the comparisons to A-Rod, etc., etc. People forget how young this guy is and the fact that he's still learning the game at the major league level. A nearly 1,200 OPS the last 2 weeks, 6 home runs in 13 games. Now he's hitting the ball in the air more than ever before, which is good. When he started, it was a lot of doubles, lots of line drives. He's starting to lift the ball a little bit. We see that happen a lot with young players. And he's converting those fly balls into home runs. An 18% home run to fly ball ratio. It's 12% for his career. The number was elevated last season, so maybe he can hold on to his current pace. Still pretty high. I think it probably comes back a little bit. But we're certainly looking at his chance to have a first 20 home run season, maybe 25 this year. He is running, which adds a great component to the fantasy game for him. 2020 season is possible. It's possible this year for Manny Machado. He's been great for the Orioles. And then the final number of the day is 405, as in the on-base percentage this last 2 weeks of Nick Ahmed. Who is Nick Ahmed? He's a middle infielder playing shortstop for the Diamondbacks. No one talks about him, but maybe they should be. Again, a 400-plus on-base percentage the last couple of weeks. But then there is this. One scenario in which he can be on the field for you in the fantasy game. There's a lefty on the hill and Ahmed is in the lineup. You might consider getting him in your lineup, especially in the DFS game. Why is that? Against lefties, he's hitting .360 with a .470 on-base percentage and a .520 slugging percentage. Those are elite numbers. Those numbers, if they're next to Miguel Cabrera, Mike Trout, you're feeling good and thinking, wow, even those guys are doing well in that scenario. But that's what we've got with Ahmed, with the lefty on the hill. Not a guy to look to in the season-long game. Not much power, not much speed, anything like that. But if you're looking for a cheap play in the DFS game, Nick Ahmed, when a lefty is on the hill against the Diamondbacks, not the worst play in the world. You've been listening to Fantasy Alarm TV. I'm Ray Flowers for the Big Three. Talk to y'all again soon.